Hey guys, what is going on? Anthony here with Pistons Talk. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. In today's video, what I wanted to do with you guys is react to a yahoosports.com mock draft. We haven't done mock drafts, which I think is a good thing because last season I was doing mock drafts every day for like a month and a half, 2 months. Last season, Pistons have one lone pick. In the second round, 37th overall. Don't have a first round pick this year because they won so many games. Minnesota's getting their pick, but I want to see who Yahoo does have the Detroit Pistons mock to take. So let's head over to Yahoo Sports and kind of look at this mock draft and talk about it. So Yahoo Sports has the Detroit Pistons mock to select Koby Brea. He's a wing out of the University of Kentucky, 6'6", 202 pounds, senior, 22 years old. His stats this year at Kentucky: 11.6 points a game, 43.5% from three, 91.4 from the free throw line, 3.2 rebounds a game. He's got a 6'6" wingspan and a max vertical of 34. The player comp for Koby Brea is Sam Hauser, which I find very ironic because as soon as I opened Twitter today, I see a lot of Pistons fans talking about trading for Sam Hauser because the Celtics are making basically everyone available. And Sam Hauser's name was across my timeline, so I kind of find it ironic that Kevin O'Connor is comparing a Koby Brea to a Hauser. But let's read this team fit real quick, okay? It says, this is Detroit's lone pick in this draft. How would they build with such a promising step forward this season? The Pistons need more shooters, and Brea projects as a shooting specialist who has a clear path to becoming a rotation player because of his highly sought-after skill. But in order to avoid being a weak link on defense, he needs to make improvements to his athleticism. Now, if you watch Koby Brea, I think the one thing that you could maybe talk yourself into is the three-point shooting. Shooting 43.5% from three in college is very impressive, and just the way he can just release the basketball really quickly is something that when I turned on the tape and watched him, I was kind of impressed with. Love the fact that he shoots over 90% from the free throw line. And again, like if you're losing Tim Hardaway Jr. and you say, hey, we're losing Tim Hardaway Jr., but we're drafting Koby Brea, I think as a Piston fan, I would be okay with it. And I know there's some fans that probably aren't going to like the defense, and I get it. Like, defensively, he's a negative, in my opinion. And that's what KOC kind of, like, articulates in his scouting report. If you guys haven't, read his full mock draft, I 100% encourage you to. It's very detailed stuff that he does for not only, the Detroit Pistons pick, but all the picks in this year's NBA draft. So going to his strengths in this scouting report, it says lethal shooter who made 43.4 of his threes on high volume on 4.9 attempts per game over 5 college seasons. He has NBA range with a quick release, plus the footwork to shoot off movement actions. That's something that I saw quite a bit, actually, when I was watching, Koby Brea. Just some highlight packages from Swish Culture. Also turned on a game recently that I watched a couple days ago. And it's not just his ability to shoot from three at a high volume. It's his ability to relocate and kind of be like that movement three-point shooter that the Pistons need. Like, if you could imagine a Malik Beasley shooting from high volume with the Koby Brea off the bench next to him, man, that would just be absolutely lethal. If you do ask me, just having two snipers out there that could easily get you, anywhere from 3 to 5 3-pointers made while the starting unit is just getting some rest. So I think that's something that if you talk about Koby Brea and you want to talk yourself into him as a prospect that the Pistons could possibly take, it's the shooting and it's just his movement that I really like. Another strength that KOC kind of points to is the passing. He says in no way is he a primary creator, but he has an intelligent floor game He keeps the ball moving and can make some competent bounce passes through traffic, so there is some flair to him too. I did notice some of the playmaking. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say like he can play point guard or anything like that. He just makes the correct reads, I think, is what KOC is trying to articulate and say. And I agree with him. He's not a shooting guard that's just going to hold on to the ball and over dribble. If there's not anything there with him, he'll keep the ball moving and he'll try to relocate in. Maybe there's a curl for a three, or maybe he's just giving the ball back to a Dennis, or giving the ball back to a Stu or Cade, or whoever's out there with him if the Pistons were able to kind of draft him. I think that's what he's kind of saying in terms of passing, of just being able to make the correct reads and find the open man. The final strength that KOC had in his scouting report with the Koby Brea is his size, saying that at 6'7", if he keeps getting stronger and maximizes his athleticism, he could become a non-target on the defensive end. I feel like that's very optimistic from KOC. Now, if everything goes right, he adds some weight, he gets a little bit stronger, and he becomes more of a technical defender, where the coaches are really working with him, showing him technique of how not to get beat, how to use angles and stuff like that, then maybe he could. I just don't agree with it. I think he kind of is what he is at this point as a defender, but that's what KOC is pointing to, of him growing and getting stronger, and the coaching staff, wherever he does get drafted, to help him in that way. Now, some concerns that he has in his scouting report is athleticism. And it says, unless he has a lot of space, he's a below the rim player. He's only made 43.8 of his layups in the half court percentage. He also lacks a quick first step or burst off the dribble, which limits him attacking closeouts to only basic pull-ups. Also, another concern is defense. He lacks the quickness moving laterally, doesn't generate many steals and blocks, and has quite a lean frame despite his age. So those are some concerns, and I think that's why he is mocked in the second round. Defensively, he just doesn't move laterally, doesn't really get a lot of steals and blocks, as KOC does mention. And kind of the frame, being 6'6", 202 pounds, he's kind of on the skinnier side, and the athleticism, so he's not going to be dunking or really beating anyone off the dribble, because that's not really his game. He's just more of a three-point specialist, in my opinion, kind of just like a movement three-point shooter. But I mean, at 37, and maybe if you're Trajan in the Pistons, you're looking for that THJ replacement. He could be an option. This is actually the first time I've ever seen Koby Brea mocked to the Detroit Pistons. One shooting guard that I've actually seen mocked to the Pistons quite a bit is actually Chaz Lanier, not Koby Brea. Koby Brea has always kind of been like in the 40s, but KOC has him here at 37. But let me know what you guys think of Koby Brea. What do you think of him being mocked to the Detroit Pistons with their 37th overall pick? Would you be for it or against it? Which prospect would you like to see the Pistons draft? Let me know down below in the comment section. Like always, hope you guys are staying safe. Take care, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.